Did you know that in 2026, the average American will still be chasing financial freedom using methods that were outdated a decade ago? Saving pennies in a bank account, investing slowly in stocks without any real system, working long hours for a paycheck that barely grows. The shocking truth is this: most people will never reach financial independence because they are following advice designed for the world of 2006, not the world of AI-driven opportunities we have today. At Capital Blueprint HQ, we don't just follow trends. We map systems. And today, you're going to see the secret blueprint to financial freedom that almost no one is talking about. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to leverage AI, digital assets, and modern wealth architecture to break free from the 9-to-5 grind faster than you ever thought possible. For decades, the financial advice we've all heard has been simple, but fatal. Save more, spend less, and wait. Patience is your greatest investment, they said. But let's be honest, in 2026, patience alone doesn't pay the bills. Inflation is eating away at our savings. The markets are more unpredictable than ever. Jobs are being automated left and right. And the opportunities that used to take decades to appear now show up in months, or even weeks, if you just know where to look. Capital Blueprint HQ exists because we understand that financial freedom is no longer about hard work alone. It's about intelligence, leverage, and building systems that create money while you sleep. And it all begins with a crucial mindset shift, a recognition that the rules of wealth have changed forever. The first layer of this blueprint, the very foundation, is the psychology of wealth. Most people think money is the end goal. It isn't. Money is simply a tool, a measurement of the value you deliver to the world. The wealthy understand this. They focus on building systems that consistently produce value, not on chasing sporadic wins or lottery tickets. At Capital Blueprint HQ, we study the behaviors that separate those who achieve financial freedom from those who endlessly struggle. It's the ability to think in decades, not just days. It's about focusing on compounding your influence, your skills, and your assets. It's being patient with the results, yet aggressive with your strategy. Every decision, every dollar, every hour is deliberately allocated to building your system of wealth, not just spent on immediate gratification. Understanding this mindset is the absolute foundation of the 2026 blueprint. Without it, the rest of the plan falls apart. So, let's move to the second chapter, designing the system itself. Remember this: money follows systems, not wishes. A system is a repeatable, scalable, and measurable process that turns your effort into consistent results. In today's world, that means building digital assets, automating processes, and integrating artificial intelligence at every single opportunity. Here at Capital Blueprint HQ, we teach that every system you design should have three essential components: output, leverage, and automation. Let's break that down. Output is the measurable value your system produces. This could be a YouTube video, a blog post, a software tool, or a digital course. It's the thing that delivers value. Next is leverage. Leverage is the ability of that output to generate more value than your personal input. For example, you record a video once, but it can be watched by 1 million people. That's leverage. You build a software tool once, and thousands of customers can use it simultaneously. That's leverage. You're decoupling your time from your income. And finally, automation. This is the key to scaling without being chained to manual work. Automation ensures your system runs 24/7, even when you're not actively working. Whether it's an automated email sequence that nurtures leads or a social media scheduler that posts content for you, automation frees you up to think strategically. So whether you're recreating an AI-driven content engine, a digital product that sells itself, or investment systems that run on algorithms, the principle remains the same. You create frameworks that work for you so you can focus on growth and strategy. Your job shifts from being the worker to being the architect of the system. Now for the third chapter, and this is where it gets really exciting: AI implementation. This is the modern 1% edge that separates the average from the extraordinary. Artificial intelligence is no longer optional. It is infrastructure. It's the new electricity powering everything behind the scenes. At Capital Blueprint HQ, we use AI tools constantly. For example, we might use something like 11 Labs to convert written insights into high-quality voiceovers at scale, allowing us to produce audio content much faster. Or we could use a tool like InVideo to turn simple ideas into polished, professional-looking video content that engages audiences all over the world. These tools don't replace creativity, they amplify it. But let's be clear, AI isn't magic. Its true power is in amplification. It lets you execute your systems faster, better, and at a scale that was unimaginable just a few years ago. Every single task that doesn't require your unique strategic thinking can, and should, be handled by AI. This is how digital assets grow exponentially. This is how one person can now outperform entire teams from a decade ago. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter with the most powerful tools ever created. So, let's bring it all together. What does this look like in practice? Imagine you want to build a brand around a topic you're passionate about, like sustainable gardening. In the old world, you'd spend years writing a book, hoping a publisher would pick it up. In the 2026 model, you start differently. First, the mindset. Your goal isn't to write one book, but to build a system that shares valuable gardening knowledge with the world. Next, you design the system. Your output could be weekly YouTube videos and blog posts. Your leverage is that each piece of content can reach thousands of people. Your automation could be using AI to generate video ideas, write first drafts of scripts, and schedule posts across all your social media platforms. Then, you implement AI. You could use AI to analyze what topics are trending in the gardening community. You could use it to create short, engaging video clips from your longer YouTube videos for platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels. You could even use an AI-powered tool to create a simple digital product, like a personalized planting calendar, that you can offer to your audience. You see how this works? You're not just a content creator anymore. You are the architect of a value delivery machine. You identify a need, design a system to meet that need, and then use AI to operate and scale that system with incredible efficiency. The secret blueprint for 2026 is actually quite simple in its structure. Master the wealth mindset. Design your value-producing system. Integrate AI to amplify your efforts. Then, you monitor your results, learn from the data, and reinvest your gains, both time and money, back into improving and expanding your systems. Over time, your wealth compounds, not just financially, but structurally. The fourth chapter is risk management, and this is where most people misunderstand wealth entirely. They think risk is something to avoid. The wealthy think of risk as something to design around. In 2026, the biggest risk is not losing money. The biggest risk is depending on a single source of income, a single skill, or a single system that you do not control. At Capital Blueprint HQ, we define real security as optionality. Multiple income streams, transferable skills, systems that can adapt when markets shift. Proper risk management means building assets that are anti-fragile, assets that benefit from volatility rather than collapse under it. It means starting small, testing fast, and scaling only what proves resilient. You don't bet your future on one idea. You architect a portfolio of systems, some aggressive, some stable, all intentional. This is how wealth survives recessions, disruptions, and technological change. The fifth chapter is execution discipline, the invisible force behind every successful financial outcome. Most people don't fail because they lack information. They fail because they lack consistency. In a world overflowing with opportunity, focus becomes the rarest asset. Capital Blueprint HQ emphasizes ruthless prioritization. You don't chase every trend. You commit to a few high-leverage systems and refine them daily. Execution discipline means showing up when results are boring, when growth feels slow, when no one is watching. This is where compounding is born. One improvement at a time, one optimization at a time. AI plays a crucial role here. Tools like 11 Labs and InVideo remove friction, reduce burnout, and protect consistency. They allow execution to continue even when motivation fades. This is how momentum becomes permanent. The sixth chapter is the 5-year vision, because true financial freedom is never built quarter by quarter. It is built with long-term clarity. At Capital Blueprint HQ, we don't ask, how can I make money fast? We ask, what kind of system do I want to own in 5 years? A 5-year vision forces you to think beyond trends and focus on assets with longevity. Audiences, intellectual property, automated platforms, digital real estate. These are the pillars of modern wealth architecture. When you operate with a 5-year lens, short-term setbacks lose their emotional power. You stop reacting and start positioning. Every decision becomes strategic. Every sacrifice becomes temporary. And every system you build moves you closer to a future where your time is optional and your income is not tied to your presence. This is the blueprint most people never see because it requires patience, clarity, and a willingness to think differently. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it works. And at Capital Blueprint HQ, this is the framework we use to turn knowledge into systems, systems into assets, and assets into lasting financial freedom. If you've made it this far, understand something important. You are already ahead of most people, not because you know more, but because you're willing to see the truth. Financial freedom in 2026 is not about working harder, saving longer, or waiting patiently for permission. It is about designing systems that work for you, thinking in years instead of weeks, and using modern leverage that most people ignore or fear. The secret blueprint isn't hidden because it's complicated. It's hidden because it demands responsibility, discipline, and long-term vision. What you've heard today is not theory. It's a framework, a way of thinking that turns chaos into structure and effort into compounding results. When you understand wealth as architecture, not luck, everything changes. You stop chasing money and start building machines that produce it. You stop trading hours for dollars and start owning systems that scale. And you realize that freedom is not a destination. It's a byproduct of intentional design. Capital Blueprint HQ exists for one reason: to give you the clarity, mindset, and systems most people never learn. This channel is not about hype. It's about building real assets, leveraging AI intelligently, and creating financial independence that lasts. If this perspective resonated with you, if you're ready to stop guessing and start building, then this is your next step. Subscribe to Capital Blueprint HQ. Join a community focused on wealth architecture, AI-driven systems, and long-term financial freedom. Every week, we break down the frameworks, tools, and strategies shaping the next generation of wealth. Don't just work harder. Don't just hope for change. Build it. And let Capital Blueprint HQ be the blueprint you follow.